welcome to the Aces Up Your Sleeve podcast. I'm your host, Sabrina,
And I'm Cade.
your other host. We are two A-spec kinky autistic therapists. There's a bunch more to us, but that's what works for this podcast. And we are here to talk about different relationships and shit. Reminder, this is not therapy or therapeutic advice. It's what we might do if we were in your position and our thoughts on the situation. And we're really excited to have you here for our Valentine's episode.
Yeah.
We're talking relationships and Valentine's Day here on the main episode, and then we'll be covering how to celebrate and what to do if you're single on our free Patreon bonus content.
And thank you, by the way, to our Patreon subscribers. We have free and paid folks over there. Thanks for supporting us and keeping tabs on our work. If you're a regular listener or a new listener, join us over there because our lowest tier is like $4 a month and you get access to all of our bonus guest content, which we do try to do at least one guest episode per month. So getting some extra time with us, some extra info and insight from our guests. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. We also, at our higher tiers, have some different fun, exciting adventures and either more access to us or like bonus little things. So we would very much welcome you over there. It is also where our like regular bonus content is. So even if you're like, I just want free, we do have free stuff over on our Patreon as well. So definitely a place to follow. We also wanted to thank everyone who has submitted questions. We love them, and we would are asking to please keep them coming. So we do anticipate having some guests come on soon. We're thinking of topics like entrepreneurship, kink, maybe even marriage. So if you've got questions on those topics, they might get answered in the next few months. You can hit pause and head over to neurokink.org/AUYS to submit questions on those topics or on any topics. We are very open. So yeah, we'd love to have your questions and situations.
Yeah, and if you don't hear your question get answered immediately, we tend to like store them and organize them by topic, so eventually, hopefully, they will get answered.
Yes, so make sure to give us a follow and make sure that you follow along with what's going on, because I think our goal is to mostly get to every question we get asked at some point or another.
Yeah, and on social media too, you can kind of keep tabs on whether or not we're talking about certain topics. So if you follow us on like Instagram or wherever, Facebook, that would be another way to get some updates, and then you can tune in for the episodes you're most interested in. We always give a little shout out at the end with our handles and stuff.
Yeah. All right. So those are our thank yous. We really appreciate y'all. And now we're going to get into Valentine's Day.
Yeah, so we did get some questions on Valentine's Day, romance in general. So our first one for today. This is my first Valentine's Day as an adult having a girlfriend. What should I do to surprise her? I asked for ideas. She said to just surprise her and make it romantic. I'm autistic and she's ADHD if it matters.
This is really funny because it's not exactly Valentine's Day, but my birthday is 2 days after Valentine's Day. And so my partner is trying to do like a surprise for me. I've had historically kind of shit birthdays. And they keep like kind of dropping sort of hints. Like the other night, they were like, do you want to watch Tick Tick Boom? And I was like, I love all things Rent and Jonathan Larson. And so, yes, I want to watch Tick Tick Boom. I always want to watch Tick Tick Boom. And they were like, cool, I'm just thinking of ideas. And I was like, I don't know what that means. Like, surprises are hard on both sides to me sometimes.
Yeah, so they're like planning, but also, well, here's my couple of ideas. I should run these by Sabrina to see if any of them sound good. And so then you're going to be like, oh, maybe we're watching Tick Tick Boom. And then you end up going to see some, something else.
It'd be really interesting because that's what I made everyone watch last year on my birthday. We moved into like our current house last year on my birthday, like got the movers and everything on the actual day. And so the night before, our friends came over and helped us like do some of the prep to get it ready for all the furniture. And I made them all like order Mexican food and watch it. So it'd be interesting if we did that again, but it also would make sense because it's my 30th birthday.
Yeah. So, it'll be interesting to see what they end up actually settling on for you.
It will be. And I think, so this is where it actually comes back to this question, which is like, I really like surprises and I keep being like, stop giving me hints. I don't actually want to know. Like, if it's going to be a surprise, I would like it to be fully surprising. To the point that I'm like asking for permission of like my friend asked me if I want to go to lunch on the 15th. And I was like, sure, but I have to ask if like that's okay, or if it's going to bump into plans. I don't want to know how long the thing is going to take. I don't want to know anything. And so I get where this person's partner is coming in like, I don't just surprise me. I don't want to know. I don't want to be part of the plan.
And it makes it so hard for the planner if they really are like, okay, I see that there's some pressure on having a nice time this day, and either I don't feel secure in the ideas I'm having, or I truly can't even begin to think what you would find fun for that.
Hmm.
First Valentine's Day as an adult having a girlfriend. So this also must mean that they have not had a Valentine's Day with this person before.
Hmm.
That
I
can be
think that
tough.
that's the thing about Valentine's Day, like other days as well, but there's something about Valentine's Day specifically that is so pressure filled of
Yeah.
like, it's got to be this perfect, whatever, whatever. Whereas I find that usually if you can find any way to take some of that pressure off and just be like, okay, what do I think is romantic, or what do I think that they enjoy, or like, you know, what things might they want to eat, what things might they want to do, that's like just us and really focused on us without it being like, if I don't get this right, we're fucked. Like, I think that kind of pressure gets really overwhelming and then makes it harder to do what you actually need to do.
It is rare that a Valentine's Day celebration ruins a relationship. So keep
Right.
that in mind that
Yeah,
this is not a be all end all. And if it is, then that actually says more about the state of the relationship before Valentine's Day than the actual Valentine's Day plan.
literally.
And I think that that concept of like, she says, surprise her and make it romantic. Making it romantic is hard. Like, as somebody on the aromantic side of things, I'm like, okay, so if this is a brand new partner for me, I guess I'm gonna have to go with what movies say is romantic. So we're doing
Mm.
flowers, chocolates, some sort of dinner date, and then an activity. That would be my go-to.
Mm.
Maybe like a card with some really thoughtful what you enjoy about them, what you like about them.
Yeah.
With my partner, flowers, he's not really into that. In fact, he said he doesn't really like them, like getting them. Chocolate, he has a lot of dietary restrictions, so we're gonna have to be real specific in the type of chocolate. He would probably enjoy a thoughtful card. Maybe he would like dinner. You know, I have to know what it is that he would want and what he's feeling up to eating. So it kind of makes it hard. Romantic for everybody is gonna look different.
Really different. Yeah, it's interesting too. So, because you were saying that, and I was like, oh, I don't actually think of flowers as super romantic, but I think that's just because most of my life I've gotten flowers from like friends. So like
Ah,
one of my friends who's also my colleague sent flowers like because Egg is in treatment right now. Um, and oh, she comes home tomorrow. I'm so excited. Um,
yay.
and like there are others of my friends who like have gardens who will usually get flowers. One of my friends actually works at a florist, so I get lots of pictures of flowers, but also like one of my friends at a camping event when we first met had given me like this huge bouquet of roses. Like I think of flowers almost more as like a friendship thing, and I think that's the hard part about romantic is that it's not,
Mhm.
it's different for everyone in like really big ways. And so what feels romantic to one person really doesn't to another. And so I think it a little bit has to go on like I looked up what romantic means. Conducive to or characterized by the expression of love. Bitch, what does that mean?
That's so subjective. So, however you want to express love, which is true because some people would be like, flowers. My grandma gets me flowers for my birthday. Where's the jewelry? Where's the
Right,
new car? Where's the set of nails? Where's the watch? Where's the,
right.
you know,
Or even like, where is the thoughtful, big romantic gesture?
yeah.
Right?
Where's
Like,
the
I want to
rose
go in a
petals
hot
to
air
the
balloon.
bed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Hot air
or
balloon.
yeah, like
Yeah.
what I think of as romantic is spending a whole day in bed fucking. Like, there's
Right.
so many different ways, and I think that that is probably going to be like figuring out if you can you ask her friends what does she think is
Yeah.
romantic? Can you hell ask her parents? Like whoever you know who also knows her, can you like check in with them? Hey, I really want to make this special. And I think that that piece of effort is what actually is the most romantic. Is the like you're trying to work on I asked you not to ask me. I don't want to know. I don't want to be part of it because that feels surprising and fun. So you need to put the effort in to figure out what I'm going to enjoy, at least to a degree. It doesn't, again, have to be perfect, but like going in and asking my friends and family, feels to me like very romantic effort.
Yeah, yeah, because at least you're taking time to figure out what she would find romantic instead of just being like, well, I think this is romantic only, so I'll just do this and not really considering her. Sometimes that is a part of the romance is the consideration and the
Yeah.
thoughtfulness and the intention.
Yeah. Oh, it's hard. It's interesting too. Like I'm autistic and she's ADHD, if that matters. I think in some ways it probably doesn't. In some ways it probably doesn't. Right? Like maybe doing something that gets her adrenaline up.
Yeah.
Maybe doing something that is high energy. If she's that type of ADHD, might be interesting or fun. But I think that that is probably why she wants the surprise. The surprise is where the dopamine lives. Give me, give
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, get those feel good endorphins going. And it might also be useful to know if you do know her sensory preferences a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and does it match with yours and what can you tolerate for a romantic time together, whether that's yeah, going to multiple little mini events if you want to keep the novelty alive for her, if that's how her ADHD enjoys things, or
Mm-hmm.
if it's more about yeah, a secure plan that can maybe meet your expectation sensitivity or routine needs, but it's a surprise to her, so that spikes the novelty and the endorphins.
Yeah, for sure.
I hope
Yeah.
that helps. It's exciting to have a first one. I don't think anyone ever expects the first Valentine's Day to be like some perfect out of this world experience, but it sounds like you're already thinking of ways to try your hardest for her, so that's cool.
Yeah. Good luck.
All
All
right.
right. Our next one. Hi. Hello. How do I host a Valentine's Day party? I have a partner plus a bunch of friends, some single, some taken, that will be there, and I want to make sure it's fun for everyone. I'm autistic, demi romantic, and love themed parties. I've never hosted a Valentine's Day one though. Um, I plan to make heart shaped treats and get some decorations, but need help on games or activities. Thank you. I love a themed party.
Yeah, I think that's a cute idea for a Valentine's Day thing, especially if you think your friends will be into that.
Yes, I totally agree. I think so depends a little bit, but like I'm a big fan of like some kind of a like murder mystery. Like, ooh,
Oh,
broken hearted, like, you know, if you want to put that much effort into it, that might be fun. Um to do
yeah.
a kind of like, all right, everyone comes in and then like maybe one of your partnered friends is the person who's been murdered and everyone has to figure it out, right? Or something like that might be kind of fun if you want like a big over the top thing. Otherwise,
Mhm.
I think a theme of just like um maybe even like platonic love or because you've got some single friends coming, like just a space filled with love um might be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to do I'm thinking activity wise, murder mystery is very cool because then you could have characters that are both single and taken and however you want to do it. You could also do some crafts, you know, if you've got friends who
Mm-hmm.
are into crafts. Our friend Bobby Joe Mulligan just posted this thing that like leads up to Valentine's Day that a parent
Yes.
can do for their kid. It's like little heart cutouts with things you love about them or appreciate about them. You all could go around and make hearts for each other, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
then everybody walks away with however many guests there are amount of hearts and compliments or like good thoughtful sentiments.
Yeah, that's actually something I used to do with my IOP groups. Is like every once in a while we would do an activity where everybody wrote like compliments to each other. They were
Oh,
not allowed to be body comments because that just wasn't allowed in the groups regularly. And so they had
yeah.
to be like about the person. I actually have mine like framed right here. This is my little
Oh,
collage of them. Um, but it's always really nice. Like, and then and they're anonymous, so you don't put names on them. You don't do anything like that. You just write them out and then hand them out, and it feels nice to notice what other people notice about you. And so you can do those on like little hearts. I also have been to Valentine's parties where like everyone makes Valentine's cards. I love card making. I'm a huge fan of it, and it doesn't take that much to be able to make nice cards. So that might be a fun activity.
yeah. Yeah, those are all great ones for crafts. And then of course there are like party games, you know, you could you could adapt King's Cup or something if your friends are into drinking. You could do any of the usual like Cards Against Humanity, whatever. You could even thin the deck out and have it more geared towards holiday stuff or make your
Mm-hmm.
own fill in the blank cards.
what is that game? I think it's one of the Jackbox games where like it's the
Oh yeah.
dating game.
Oh
So
yeah.
everyone gets like assigned, some people are like these different monsters who have different goals, and like everyone is, you get to like text people like two or three times. It's an interesting little I don't
It's
remember
a
which
weird.
Jackbox box it's in, but that might be a fun one too. That's kind of on theme.
Yeah, or even that TKO one for Jackbox where you design t-shirts. Like some people write in
Mm,
what words are on the shirt and the other people are drawing and you get to combine different art and words. You
hmm.
could insist that it's all going to be Valentine's or love or Cupid themed or whatever.
Yeah, I like that. I'm also a big fan of like adding extra storytelling to like regular things. So like playing Clue, but making it like, oh, so we have Bob's Burgers Clue um in my house. And so like, oh, Bob killed Linda because he wanted to go have an affair with Teddy, or whatever kind of a
Yeah.
thing. So it could be an interesting way to like add fun Valentine's vibes to a game you already have. Um, I also am a big fan, like, so you're bringing your partner and then a bunch of friends, single and taken, like seeing how much you can kind of break it up so that it's not just all couples hanging out all night together and you're like single friends alone. And so like code names is great for like breaking people into different teams that they wouldn't usually be in, or things like that. Um, those are some good games as well.
I've seen some people last year on social media who did everybody bring a drink. So you could do
Mm,
like love or romance themed drinks and everybody brings a cocktail or mocktail enough to share with everyone and talk about what it's named, why it's that, what ingredients are in it. That can be kind of a cute activity.
yeah. Yeah, I think there's a lot of different options. I tend to lean mostly towards crafts in my party adventures, but there's always that age old classic. I don't know how old y'all are, but Truth or Dare. If you're
Oh yeah.
of that mind, and everyone's in a stable relationship that can handle it, um, can be a fun one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's so many things you could do. Like if you have friends who are super theatrical and into dress up, maybe it is
Oh
like
yes,
everyone's Aphrodite, their own interpretation, or Cupid, or whatever, something romancy, or Hollywood bombshells, or famous couples for the folks who are taken. And who knows, right? Like you could go so many routes with dress up. The hard part is if only some of them are into dress up and then the others are like, I'm wearing like a lapel pin and that's it.
yeah. I mean, so I think that dress up can be, so. Some of my friends host dress up parties, and the rule is usually if you don't come dressed up, then you have to get naked.
Oh
Like there's
no.
not, no, like dress up, put
It's like
any amount of effort.
encouragement to
Like yeah,
swing.
even if it is like a lapel pin, like have a good, like one of my friends to so it was a Willy Wonka party. I
Oh,
was a gumball machine. So because I had this dress, it was like before I really got to know all the friends, especially when I was first meeting a lot of them. And I put these little like gumballs in my hair, and like
oh,
it was really cute. But one of my friends dressed up and wore like his like safety guard uniform stuff, like reflective, whatever. He was like, "I'm the safety inspector.
oh,
I'm the safety
that's
inspector of the
funny.
factory." Like that's, and so like it doesn't have to be that they like get brand new clothes or like go to the nines, but the encouragement is put in some effort, try, and then be willing to like explain what's going on. If you come and it's like, oh, I'm grandpa whatever, and so like I'm just in regular old man clothes, and then like sometimes
Like
I'm hobbling and sometimes
pajamas.
I'm not. Yeah, like
Yeah,
you know,
that's
um,
funny.
or even just like stick a pillow to the back of your head and wear pajamas. Yeah, I'm stuck in the bed. What's up? Um, I think that there's a lot of fun that can be had, especially when you have people who are like, yeah, I don't know, I'm not great at dressing up, but I'm willing to put the effort in.
Yeah,
That can get really fun. And of course, the threat of, you know, don't come dressed up, get naked. We're not doing
right.
regular street clothes. That's the
Well,
rule.
also in current pop culture, like you could easily do like a dark romance book talk themed, like
That's
everybody
what I
wears
was
a mask
thinking.
and that's like the only dress up, you're the quote unquote masked man.
Yeah, you could even make the masks like at
Yeah.
the party. Um, Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff.
You could create some book talk, dark romance Mad Libs and have everybody fill in the blanks, you know? Yeah,
Yeah,
there's so much you could do. It depends on you and your friends' interests for sure.
it does. I was also gonna say karaoke, like getting
Oh, yeah.
because you can even just like put the lyrics up on the screen on your TV. Like you don't have to do anything fancy for karaoke. But karaoke love songs.
Oh,
Everybody
yeah.
sings love songs. That sounds pretty fun. Um, there's a lot of different. I don't know. I have a lot of fun like thinking of like basically what are love themed things. But then also trying to also remember like it doesn't have to be romantic love. It can be like platonic friendship love and that kind of stuff. I think those are also really fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you also could go like the heartbreak route and just kind of screw the romance theme and go straight heartbreak, make like a heartbreak playlist beforehand, have everybody submit a few songs, and yeah, you could get really creative with it.
Yeah, I think that sounds like fun. I would definitely make a playlist, no matter what. That sounds like it'd be really enjoyable, and maybe it's even like a. I like transitional playlists, so playlists that start somewhere and end somewhere else. And
Mm.
so, like, it could start all like all of the fresh romance songs, and like, the last good song Taylor Swift had, which was our song, and like, all that kind of stuff, and then transition into like all the breakup songs and all the like dark romance and all the like, fuck this. I think that'd be pretty
Yeah.
fun. Have
Yeah, that would
the
be
vibe
cool.
of the night change.
Yeah. I hope I hope we get to hear how the party goes. And if anybody else is throwing a party, we would love for you to comment and tell us what you're doing, what you're decorating with. I see that's part of the question is decorations. Again,
Mm,
I think you could go like if you're going to theme it, lean heavy into whatever the theme is. If you're just doing general Valentine's Day, you can't go wrong with some like hearts and glittery things and like red, pink, white. Those are such traditional Valentine's Day colors.
I find glitter to always be a good addition to anything in the world ever. So I'm a big fan of that. Yeah, I also think like um, if you do decide to do like um, murder mystery or like we're gonna play this game or things like that, like decorating a little bit to go with that, and cardboard is your best friend. That's a great way to spice extra things up.
Yeah. And that could be part of the if you go crafty, part of the activities too. Like let's make a decoration to hang up at the
Mm-hmm.
start of the evening. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could
Ooh, sorry.
yeah. Go
I was
ahead,
gonna
yeah.
say, you could play the mafia, but with Cupid.
Oh yeah.
So instead of killing people, you're like having them like get shot in the ass by Cupid, and then they have to like go and infect. That'd be a fun one.
That would be fun. I love that your brain went there because as soon as I got done saying it, I was like, oh, a baking party. Get everyone together and bake
Ooh,
some like you're gonna already make heart-shaped treats, but what if the main course is something you all work on together? Like look into some different cultures and what are the foods of love? What are the like aphrodisiac things that you all are gonna be like, oh, haven't tried this one before. Let's try it together.
make a heart, eat a heart,
Oh
do
God. I
it.
mean, yeah.
I mean, there are safe ways to eat heart. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
I think that baking. If you do a baking party, invite me. I like baked goods.
Sounds fun. Yeah.
I know, right? Yeah, I think that those are all the main ones. I do like those secret Valentines boxes that you used to do as like a kid in class. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like
That
the
might be
you
fun
turn it
too.
like a little mailbox. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so like there's like a craft station and everyone can like do stuff and then you put it in the Valentine's boxes that you have for everyone. That might be
Cute.
a fun way to do that too.
God. On topic but off topic, in like 5th grade, which is probably a year or two before 9/11, we had to
Oh,
do like world monument like really important sightseeing. Yeah, guess who did the Twin Towers?
oh
Aluminum
no.
foil. It was very pretty, and I got all the little Valentines tucked into that mailbox.
Oh my god.
I know. I had a
That's so
really
traumatizing.
like 4th through like 6th or 7th grade. I had this really odd track record of doing a project the year before something really bad happened, like to either the thing or the person, and I started getting very concerned. So
That
not
is
on topic
very
at all, but
concerning. That's like how Achievement Hunter this these guys that I used to watch, Achievement Hunter, they were a spinoff of Rooster Teeth before it closed down. They would like mention someone, and like months later, that person would die. So they had to be really careful about who they talked about. And like,
Let's
it's like
yeah.
same vibes. There's something about that. There's some I don't like that. Keep that
Yeah.
over there.
No, I did yeah. Luckily it stopped, but I did a project, what was it, like a year or two later, a little bit later on Ray Charles. And then like he
You
passed and I'm
killed
like,
Ray Charles?
I guess so. I ruined the
Why?
Twin Towers and Ray Charles, and
Wait. I ruined the Twin Towers as well.
it just felt like, wow, okay, great. Valentine's Day, wonderful. So,
Oh,
hopefully no one else has that experience, but it was such a weird, like, okay, also, why are we doing
why?
world,
Why
like,
are you doing world monuments? That's
it's
such a
so
weird.
strange. Yeah. Like somebody does Mount Rushmore in their own way, which, at fourth, fifth grade, it wasn't great, but it was
No, of course
interesting.
not.
And like, why though? Why this?
You went to a
So
weird school. I,
force all your friends to make monuments for for their mailboxes, and then
See
have
which
them
of
all.
them survive the decade.
Yes. Yep.
Oh man, that's wild. Yeah, I don't. My school. Oh, so we didn't do like a lot of big stuff for Valentine's Day, but one time I went to a Unitarian church, Unitarian Universalist church, and um, it was like all the kids were like in one area, and then the adults were having like a party in the other area. And I left the kid area and went to the adult area, and it was a little wild. And they were playing "It's Too Hot in Here." It's getting
Oh.
hot in here,
Oh,
so
but
take off
oh,
all your
okay.
clothes. And I was like walking around trying to find my mom to like ask her something. I was like, this is awful. I hate this. I want to be somewhere else. And then it took me another 20 years to figure out that I was on the A spectrum. So
What an uncomfortable. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, Valentine's Day is such a weird. I've always found it to be a weird holiday, but it's definitely because it's so close to my birthday. I would get like heart shaped like, leftover stuff for my
No.
birthday. Where like one year my mom got me like a heart shaped etch a sketch for my birthday, and I was like, this is okay, I guess. Weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, like it
Yeah.
wasn't the only thing, I'm sure, but it was just like like, okay.
I can imagine some of the stuff is cute, but it probably gets old when that's like year in, year out.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely think so. And like I like hearts now. Like I even have one tattooed on me. Um, but I think that there was a while there where I was like a little bit anti heart because I was just like it's like
Yeah.
I'm sure it's kind of like if your birthday is like near Christmas or Halloween. There's just kind of a like get
Yeah.
away from me. I want my own day.
Yeah. I've heard of some people who have birthdays around Christmas who wait 6 or so months and just do half birthday celebrations instead of the full birthday. Yeah.
Yeah, I half birthdays are interesting. My half birthday is the day after my cousin's birthday, so
Oh,
his half birthday is the day before my birthday. And so I've never done a lot for a half birthday, but mine is in August, so that is kind of nice. It's better for pool parties.
and away from a lot of the major holidays. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
one last thought on this question. If it's not sounding this way, but if your friend group is a little more laid back, wants to chill out instead, you could also just put on some movies. Decide
Mm.
if they want to watch some like really cheesy ones or
Mhm.
like some of those really discussed, highly talked about Valentine's Day or romance classics.
Wasn't there a movie called Valentine's Day? It was like one of those like a bunch of different stories that are all
I think
happening at
so.
once and they like crash into each other. I think
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is in that.
I was just about to say, and yeah, in reference to what you were saying about Taylor earlier, I'm pretty sure she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Taylor
Mm.
Lautner is too. I saw a clip of him. This is such a wild episode. Just I can't stay on
It's
top of this today.
everywhere.
Um, but he was talking about how he like what was it? He married a person also named Taylor, and they changed their last name to Lautner, and so they're both Taylor Lautner. And he was like, "Yes, like when packages come, it's really confusing, and like whenever we are going anywhere and they're trying to call our names, it's really confusing because we have the exact same name now." And I was like, "That's such an easy problem to solve. You did
Can
not have
somebody
to
get
do that to yourself."
Right? Like, could somebody get a nickname, or maybe you just put T on your package? One of you, only one of you.
Right.
You know?
Hyphenate a last name or,
Yeah.
something, man. Someone change the spelling of it.
Yeah.
It's interesting. But yeah. Good luck. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Yeah, thank you for joining us for this wild ride. We're going to talk a little more on upping the ante, the free bonus content on Patreon about what to do if you're single for Valentine's Day.
Whoop.
Yeah.
You can expect new episodes of this podcast, the Aces Up Your Sleeve podcast, on Tuesdays every week. You can find Cade at Cryptid Learns and me at Radical Insights Consulting on Facebook or Instagram, united.com to either of those to find our websites. You can follow the podcast on Facebook or Instagram at Aces Up Your Sleeve Pod, so you can interact with us and see what new episodes release, when new episodes release, and what they are. And if you have any questions, like we mentioned at the beginning, visit us at neurokink.org/AUIS and send them our way. We're going to jump over and record Up in the Ante, our exclusive bonus content over at patreon.com/Aces Up Your Sleeve podcast. We'll see you over there.